Okay, it looks like I'm live. Welcome to Free Association. My name's Dennis. It's exactly 2:30 p.m. on the 27th of July 2023. And it's supposed to be a morning briefing, this one, but I got a bit carried away. So I'm a little bit late, but in my terms, but not in terms of the United States. Still morning in the United States. And this is about as close as I'm ever likely to get to being Max Headroom, so I might as well enjoy myself with it and have a bit of fun. All right, so I was kind of reviewing. I do kind of reviews every now and again. I was reviewing what I used to do on the radio show 5 years ago when it was steampunk radio on the new way with Lenny Time. And I used to do the show from a bar called the Earl Grey, which is currently closed because they were selling spirits during the COVID lockdown, and they were only licensed to sell mulled wine. This was Christmas a few years ago, so they've been closed ever since. I think they might be open on a Saturday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I haven't been in there for a long time. And I'm pretty sure they're closed most of the time. But anyway, when I was doing the show, I used to do the show from the upstairs room at the Earl Grey, sit in the corner on a sofa, a little sofa in the corner, with my laptop plugged in. And Lenny used to do the show from Discord. So we would have a Discord room open and then be piping the show onto a live radio stream from there, which worked quite well, worked quite effectively. And it was always fun. It was Karen, Lenny, and myself on a Wednesday. And it was a broad range of metaphysical type topics, nothing very heavy, but just kind of experiences and understandings of how the world works. And one of the things that I used to talk about fairly regular was a philosophy group that I used to go to on a Sunday called, ironically enough, the Sunday Group, which was a combination of philosophy and psychotherapy and psychology. So quite a good combination. It was kind of an encounter group, really. It's quite culty in its own way. There was lots of people who were very irritated by it or frightened by it. And I was quite cautious. I went in there and I didn't say very much for the first couple of months. I would just sit quietly, chip in here and there, and then slowly I got used to it. I got used to the people. I got used to the dynamics of it and the way it functioned. And it was a group where you could say anything to anybody. So working on the principle that honesty was the thing that they were looking for, integrity. So, so it was kind of an existential authenticity kind of group. It's like, say what you actually think, and then people would react to it, respond to it, and hopefully everybody would be authentic, or everybody would figure out where they were projecting stuff and where they weren't being authentic. And then, so it was interesting, and it was challenging at times, very challenging at times, but very interesting. And I used to approach it when I finally figured it out. I started approaching it as a place to see my projections. So all the things that were annoying me about people in that group were actually things that were me as well. I mean, they were in the other people as well, but all the things that were annoying me were actually me. So I started using the group as a kind of shamanistic kind of journey into my own subconscious, or into my own consciousness is a better way of putting it, because I'm not sure that the subconscious even exists. It's all just consciousness. So I spent 3 hours or 3.5 hours on a Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock till about 5 or 5:30 usually, and then sometimes we go for a beer or a coffee afterwards and do a kind of debriefing session in the pub for a couple of hours as well. So that's 5 hours, 6 hours of talking to the same people on a Sunday and I did that group for about five years, maybe 6 years. So I was quite resistant initially, but I kind of got used to it after a while, and it was very helpful. So even though it was a bit of a cult and a bit of an old school encounter group, it was very, very useful in showing me where my projections were. And I'm now using everybody as Sunday group. So everybody I meet is showing me my own projections. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. So every thought that I have about the world is a projection of me. Every feeling I have about the world is a projection of me. Well, it is just me because it's my feeling or my thought. But if it's being produced by an interaction with the world, it's kind of the world and me combining to bring something into consciousness, which I then pull back to me and own and take responsibility for. And kind of integrate. And so it's so bring it to consciousness, bring it to me, take ownership, acceptance, in other words. So acceptance of the world as it is, including my projections. If you accept them, then they automatically become yours. You automatically take ownership and take responsibility and take it all back to you. And then once you've done that, you can release it, you can let it go. So that's the idea. I'd like to do something like that on a live stream at some point. Maybe it's something that me, Lenny, and Karen can do, and just invite people in. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. It would work as a live stream though, because you can be honest and not worry about anybody hurling themselves over the living room to try and thump you or whatever. So it might even be easier as a live stream. So I'll have to have a think about it and see how it might work. But if you'd like to get involved in something like that, leave me a comment under this video, because I think it might be a way of just opening the whole thing out. So if you want to take responsibility for your projections and learn a lot about yourself, then this would be the way to do it. And we could actually do it in private, because I can just record it and put it up on a private system somewhere, so that if people need to review what was said and how they responded or whatever, there's a record of it. It's not there to be causing anybody stress. It's just it's better. It's kind of better to have a record, because you'll get more from it when you review it later on. When your consciousness shifts, you start to see different things in the way you respond or whatever. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. That's kind of what I wanted to say. So that's the afternoon briefing for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.